The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Let's go ahead. Let's lock in, baby. We got to lock in on this one. It's going to be a crazy Wednesday. So we definitely got to lock in, got to do our thing, got to get moving because there is a lot going on this Wednesday. And we got to get into it because, this could affect your trading day, CPI day, guys. What to expect on CPI day, how these markets could react to CPI day. Got a lot of crazy stuff going on with tariffs as well that have been absolutely just, all over the market, man. Man, this market's up, it's down, it's all over the place. How are we going to maneuver this thing? How are we going to react to this thing? What are we going to do? Where are we headed? And ultimately, how does this affect your pocket, right? That's the key. And that's what we got to get into. That's what we got to talk about. Because ultimately, that's what we're here. We're here to make money, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in the crypto market, wherever it is, that's what we're here to do. That's what we're going to do. And, big day today, CPI day. CPI comes out today, and we'll get into it. We'll get into what to expect. Good morning, Junior. Good morning, Selmo. Happy hump day, guys. Happy Wednesday. It's a great day. It's a great day to have a good day, baby. It's a great day to have a good day, y'all. And it's definitely interesting times right now. We'll get into my thoughts on these times and why we are where we are, and some things that you can foresee coming and forecast coming already. So it's definitely some interesting times in the world, we live in, the crazy world we live in. Get right after it, and then we'll get to a lot of big news, man, in crypto and also in just the overall macro, in the overall macro landscape of the trading world, right? Like what could affect all these stocks. But Asian markets, they didn't close well. They didn't close well at all. They didn't do well last night. European markets looking pretty strong this morning, man. The European markets come in, they looking pretty strong this morning. They're trading well. They're trading well. The golden age. I think we're in a transfer of wealth stage, Selma. I really do. I think a lot of things are going to change. I think there's a transfer of wealth that's going to happen. And I think we're right in the middle of it. And there's going to be some pain to get there. And that's the problem, is I think that the world is used to an easy glide, and they're not used to the pain, right? So it'll be what it is. So, XRP, the one. How are you, brother? Good morning. Yes, ETFs they're flowing, man. We're gonna get into that. I got some ETF news for y'all and where the SEC is and what's coming. We're definitely gonna get into a lot of that because and we're gonna get my take on the ETFs as well. Because I think something interesting is happening in crypto, and people are not really aware. I mean, they're aware, but they don't know the stakes, right? The United States pre-markets are trading pretty good too. So you got the Asian markets didn't trade well. European markets are trading really good this morning. That must be Ken dumping all his Pepe profits in there. And then we got the pre-markets over here doing pretty good too. And that's just Selmo buying the hell out of Nvidia right now. Gotta go through. Got to go through a shakeout. We do got to go through a shakeout. I think this is the transfer of wealth, though. I think I'm with you, Selmo. I think that we're in a huge transfer of wealth stage right now, and we got to go through some shakeouts. And we got to change people's mindsets, right? The mindsets have to change to the realization of where we are, especially here in the United States, of the realization of where we are and how we got there, and how things have to shift a little bit, and people have a hard time with that shift when it comes to financials, and it's not easy. It's not easy, but we got here because we took the easy route, right? That's why we got here, right? That's why we are where we are, is because we took the easy route. It's easy just to go print money and offset everything, right? You just go, you need $1 trillion. You just go to the printer, you turn it on, you print $1 trillion, and you give it, you do with it what you need to do with it, and you deal with the consequences of that later. But ultimately, somebody has to pay the bill. Ultimately, the bill is going to come due, and the bill is due, and the bill is due, and we're going to have to pay the bill, and it's going to be what it is. Franklin Templeton ETFs, baby. Yeah, there's a lot of ETFs that are coming out for a variety of projects, right? I want to talk about the ETFs at length here pretty soon. Heat, good morning, my brother. Good morning. How are you over there in Canada? My guy right there. What's up, Heat? Man, you hanging in there in this market, Heat? You hanging in there, man? Blockchain must be next. Blockchain is next, and all the governments are moving to blockchain, and it's the right move. You can't just print your way out of these things. I don't care what government you are, what country you are. You can't just print your way out of problems, because that bill, when it comes due, there's going to be some pain. So, I mean, you get this big hedge fund manager right here who says the United States debt is going to have some shocking developments, right? There's going to be some shocking developments based around this debt that people don't even foresee yet. I think we can see it, right? We can see it right now, playing out in front of our face. But there's going to be some pain that goes along with paying this debt down, because if we don't, there's going to be a lot of issues in these markets. I mean, you hear the R word, I call it the R word, but the recession word start to get used more and more every single day with all of these analysts, right? I think you're going to hear it not only in the United States, but you're going to hear it in other countries as well. I don't think that we're going to go into a recession. I don't think that any country is really going to go into a recession. But I do think that, they're using it as a fear tactic to shake a lot of these people out of the markets. But the debt's not good. The debt's not good. Yeah, I heard Warren Buffett's sitting on a lot of cash right now. But remember, Warren Buffett hated crypto. He's like, no, I'm not doing anything with crypto. I hate crypto. But yeah, you watch Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett probably already owns Bitcoin, and a lot of it. He probably already owns a lot of Bitcoin. Um, uh, but yeah, he's gonna be dropping a lot. Uh, Yeah, blockchain does make financial sense. It makes financial accountability. XRP to one. It does. It bringing everything on chain, just for governments. It just in it not only transparency too. It brings a lot of transparency, and like you were saying there, transparency. But what it also does is it allows for the money movement to happen much quicker, and the reconciliation of all these bills to happen much quicker as well. You send money out now. You don't know where it's going. I mean, look at Zelensky. He's talking about he got half or a quarter of what the money that was sent to him. I mean, do you really believe that? I don't. But do you have a way to reconcile that and see if he actually got it? No, you don't, and that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Tortured but good. Oh, come on, Heat. You're good, baby. You're good. But you got the United States and Canada right now getting ready to meet and go over some tariff talk as well. It's time for them guys to come to some sort of agreement. You got, Canada, trying to shut the lights out. On the United States, you got the United States trying to tariff the hell out of them when it came to steel and everything else. So these guys got to come down. They gotta sit. They gotta come to an agreement. These two countries have been working together for far too long to watch this battle go back and forth the way that it is, and they'll come to an agreement. Cooler heads will prevail in this situation. But make no doubt, there's going to be tariffs on each party, right? And that's okay. I mean, as long I'm okay with reciprocal tariffs, like. If you charge me 25%, I'll charge you 25%. And I'm okay with that. That doesn't bother me. But it does bother me when you charge me 25% and I charge you 10. That's not fair. That's not equal trade. So hopefully that these guys will come down and sit down and come to some agreements. But tariffs probably aren't the best way to do it. But if you are going to do some tariffs, then they should be equal across the board. You actually got the European nations right here. They're ramping up for 25-cent tariffs on steel. The retailers are, going crazy over there in the EU. But if you look at what the EU charges the United States for steel, it's way more than the United States charges the EU for steel. So gotta level that off. And what's happening right now is you're looking, this is a leveling of the playing field, right? That's what's happening right now, right? The field is trying to get level, and people are having a hard time dealing with that, and it's okay because it's different. And but it's gonna happen. But the big thing that we got to watch out for today when it comes to this markets is the CPI data, right? It's Wednesday, it's here. You got the CPI data coming out today. They're expecting inflation here in the United States to be a little bit higher, but not terribly higher. But we're getting to a sticky place with this inflation. Does it go up? Does it come down? We're gonna see. But I'm telling you, if these numbers don't come in anywhere close to projections, you're gonna see the stock market crash again. Yeah, you're gonna see it go down. I hate to use the word crash because we haven't crashed. The stock markets around the world haven't crashed. They've been through some pain, but they definitely haven't crashed. So if this CPI data doesn't come in anywhere close to projections, and they're anticipating that it'll come in close to projections, if this CPI data doesn't come in, you're gonna see the stock markets have a nasty pullback today, and that's going to affect the cryptocurrency market. It's going to affect crypto. So when this data comes in, just pay attention to it. Either one or two things are going to happen. Either you're going to be DCAing into the market, the crypto market again, or you're going to be able to ride this storm out. And them are the only two things that are going to happen. Them are the only two options. There is no other option. So definitely got to pay attention to what's going on over there today. That's going to be huge this morning when that CPI data comes out. I'm telling you, if it's not good, you're going to see the markets come down. And there's going to be more pain. There's going to be more pain to that. And if we continue to have bad CPI data and bad jobs data here, you got to start looking at the FOMC the FOMC and what they're going to do with interest rates as well, because a lot of this data is going to drive that interest rate discussion. Australia can sell the U.S. steel. I don't think. I think what it is, XRP is it's not a matter of who can sell the United States steel and who the United States can buy steel from. I think it's a matter of like, you know, what you're starting to see now is you're starting to see countries start to internalize themselves, right? And get to the point where it's cheaper to make steel here and buy it here than it is to import it, right? And then in Canada, you're trying to get to the point where it may be cheaper for you to make your steel there and buy it local and buy it within your own country than to import it from the United States. And I think that that's kind of where we're headed. I used the analogy before when it came to steel and stuff that if you look at the Great Lakes region of the United States, you know, this was one of the biggest steel manufacturing hubs around the Great Lakes way back in the day. And they produced a lot of steel. I mean, you have Pittsburgh called the Steel City because they produce so much steel, you know, things like that. And jobs were plentiful up and down the Great Lakes because of that. When you opened up trade amongst other countries, and they were able to make their steel at a fraction of a price and bring it in for less than what you were actually able to send yours out for, then that shut down all the steel plants. Is that good for a country? I don't care what country you live in, whether it's the United States, whether it's, you know, Australia, you know, no matter what. Is that good for a country to have a lot of their plants shut down because trade is not equal across the board? Probably not. Probably not. You know, will you pay a little bit more for that? Probably, but you know, you're also creating a ton of jobs, right? So, you know, it's 5 of one, it's 6 of one, it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You know what I mean? It's you got to give up something to get something. Eggs. People have this eggs discussion. Eggs are the biggest scam going on in the United States right now. But yeah, definitely the markets, man. You guys got to watch out for this CPI data. It could get sticky. It could get a little rough. Right now, you got Nvidia starting to really dig itself out of a hole from yesterday, from the past couple of days actually. Really dig itself out. It says 108 here, but that's where it closed. I think it's going to open around 110, 112, somewhere up in there. 111. So I split the difference around 111, 111.30 after hours. So definitely starting to make a comeback. Hope if you bought the dip in Nvidia, you're looking pretty sweet. Opening up today, you're looking good. Tesla continues just to get freaking hammered. Just that stock just gets hammered, and a lot of that has to do with Elon Musk being inside of the government, and you know, a lot of people rallying up against him. But that stock is just getting freaking obliterated. I don't want to say obliterated because it's still sitting at $230, but man, that thing was up 400 plus, man, just getting absolutely wrecked. Tesla shareholders can't be happy with that. Elmo, good morning, my brother. Good morning. But yeah, Tesla holders can't be happy with that. But you know, I think it is what it is. It is what it is. But yo, I mean, tariffs are tariffs, right? I mean, you know, my take on it is, you know, fair trade is fair trade, right? If you charge me 25%, I got to charge you 25%. If you're only charging me 10%, I'm only going to charge you 10%. You know, tariffs are tariffs. Fair trade is fair trade. It is what it is. And at the end of the day, it's a change. It's a change in the way that, you know, the world structure works. But this really, I do believe that we're in a transfer of wealth. I'm fudding today. You fudding today? What you fudding today, Elmo? But you know, but CPI data comes out today. So what I'm gonna do this morning is I'm gonna hold off on buying anything until after CPI data comes out. And when you play that game, you'll either win or you'll lose, right? CPI data comes out, it's good, and the market takes off, crypto takes off, everything takes off. You end up maybe buying a little bit higher, but if it goes the other way, you're going to end up getting a lot of bargains, which I don't think the CPI data is going to blow anybody out of the water today. Inflation's coming back. When you start to hear that recession word start to be floated around every day, the worst thing that can happen to any country right now is that they go into a recession. That is absolutely the worst thing that can happen. And I don't care what country you are, whether you're Canada, whether you're the United States, whether you're Australia, whether you're over in the EU. If you're technically going to a recession, which I believe that we're in a recession already, we've been in a recession for a long time. But once they verify that you're in a recession, you will see the stock market absolutely just dump. Whatever country that is, you'll see your stock market dump, and it'll dump pretty hard. I was just reading I was just actually listening to an article, a news report today, where people are now starting to pull out their 401ks or borrow against their 401ks, pull out their 401ks, stuff like that. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign at all. What's the day that comes up? We'll gain another 95. I think the data is just gonna be. I think they're gonna make the data look good today. I think the inflation is worse than what they're reporting. They'll make it look good today, but they can't continue to do that forever. Eventually, you're gonna have to play negative. We're gonna go 95, negative 95%. Yeah, we could. You got the ETF data coming in here. You got Bitcoin sitting at 300, I'm sorry, yeah. 371 million negative, and Ethereum at 22 million negative. So there's money starting to come out of the ETFs. ETF news, guys. We have a lot of ETFs that are getting ready to fly, getting ready to take off. But here's some news that you guys got to pay attention to as well when it comes to the SEC in the ETFs. So you have a ton of people that are applying for XRP ETFs. Pretty much every single company that owns an ETF will probably jump into the XRP ETF game at some point. But here's the deal. The SEC delays decisions on XRP, Solana, and Litecoin and Dogecoin ETFs. So the SEC has kicked this to the back burner, right? They've delayed their decision on these particular ETFs. Well, it's because the market's just not ready for them. And we've talked about this here a lot. The market's just not ready for this flood of ETFs. And then you come over here, and we'll get a little bit deeper into these ETFs. You come over here, and the SEC has acknowledged that the Nasdaq's filing for Grayscale's HBAR ETF, HBAR Trust ETF is out. So now you have the HBAR starting to get into the game as well with ETFs, and we know that there's a whole bunch of them that are just sitting there waiting to be filed. Sway has one through Cambria that's getting ready to be filed as well. But here's the deal: you're starting to see with these ETFs, what people are failing to understand with these ETFs, and people don't understand fully with these ETFs, is as more and more ETFs get rolled out and they get approved and they come onto the stock market, what you're doing is you're basically taking your cryptocurrency and you're making it institutional. This is strictly institutional, an institutional move. It's a way, because cryptocurrency is decentralized. This is a way for the big money really to start to manipulate the prices of these particular projects or cryptocurrency in general. And if you don't believe me, just come over here and look at this. Look at the money flows through these ETFs, right? $371 million through Bitcoin, to the negative, and 22 million through Ethereum. These two projects, because of these ETFs that are out here, they have become very much a stock market pick, right? So basically, the stock market is driving the price of these particular cryptos. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, it's a decentralization and all this and all that." That's a bunch of bullshit. Once you go to an ETF and you get enough of these ETFs, that the stock market actually starts to drive your price. Are you really is on-chain data really driving your price, or is the ETF really driving your price? It's really the ETF that's driving your price, because let's make no doubt about it. I mean, keep telling you guys, just look at the numbers. Just look at this. Look at these numbers right here. You're talking millions and millions of dollars, right? I mean millions. And then you come over here and you look at this total cryptocurrency market cap of 2.67 trillion. Most of that money's tied up right here. A lot of that money's tied up in Bitcoin and Ethereum, and these ETFs are driving the price. So basically, what's happened is these two projects right here, Bitcoin and Ethereum, have basically become stocks. They're stocks. That's what they are. Doesn't matter what you do with Bitcoin, right? It doesn't matter what the hell you build on chain with Ethereum. Doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant at this point. And I'm only saying this to say, be careful what you wish for, right? Because it doesn't matter what Ethereum does on chain, right? What's going to drive the Ethereum price is this right here. Because you can't pump enough money through this blockchain to offset this. It's simple math. It's simple math. And XRP is going to find itself in the same situation, right? Pretty soon we're going to be sitting here and we're going to say Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, HBAR, Solana. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to look at this price and we're going to say XRP's price is being driven by this. It's not being driven by what happens on chain. It doesn't matter whether you're moving millions and millions, trillions and trillions of dollars through your chain a day. It's going to be driven by what happens on that ETF. It's going to drive that price. And if people feel like selling the shit out of the XRP ETF on that particular day, you could be moving trillions of dollars through the blockchain and this price is going to come down. Just that simple. You made Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum are basically stocks. That's what they are. They're not decentralized protocols. They are at the heart of them, right? That's what they will allow you to believe. But this price action is not because they're a decentralized protocol. It's because of the ETF value. He looks like a dude. Yeah, laughing my hands up. Yeah. What the fox? What's going on, brother? What's going on? But that's what I'm saying. So like when we start talking about these, and this is just my take on the ETFs, right? And people can have different takes on them, and that's fine. But when we start talking about ETFs, for XRP, Solana, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and HBAR, well, we know that the XRP ETF, everybody's going to apply for that. Whether it's BlackRock, Grayscale, Franklin Templeton, you name the ETF, Arkham, all of them are going to apply for this XRP ETF. XRP is going to become a stock. It's literally going to be a stock. It's going to be, and that's what's going to drive the price. The same with Solana, the same with Litecoin, right? Some stocks will be better than others. Some won't. Some will be good. Some will be bad. Do I think that the Dogecoin ETF is going to gain any legs at all and really take off and really be able to compete with the XRP, Solana, and Litecoin ETF? Not a freaking chance. Not a chance. Not a chance will that ETF be able to compete with the volume of these guys, right? So you may see Dogecoin's ETF be an absolute epic failure, and it probably will be. And that's just my take on it. I think that it'll be an absolute failure, um, because I don't think that there's enough volume and enough space in the stock market for all of these ETFs. Now you have HBAR as another one, that's sitting over here, and you best believe I'm telling you guys right now, mark my words, if Grayscale gets approved for this HBAR ETF, you're going to see every single provider jump on the HBAR ETF. It's bound to happen, and they're going to flood the market. You're about to go to bed with the box. All right, brother, man. I know you're over there. You're over there. It's nighttime for you, my man. But yeah, so like these ETFs, like I'm just saying to you guys, like be careful. Be careful what you're wishing for. Be careful what you're hoping for. Be careful what you're cheering for. Because what you may be cheering for may ultimately be what wrecks you as well. So, you know, and if you guys haven't checked out What the Fox's project over there, go ahead and click on that little bio. Check out What the Fox over there on base, doing some good things, building out a good project. So go check them out. You know, very low market cap, and could be a buy and hold for you. So go click on that profile, go check it out, and you know, dev's working, and as long as your dev's working, you got a shot. You got a shot. So go check out What the Fox, and you know, on base, so it's cheap too. Uh, you know, make sure I check the I'm probably on TG. Yeah, I haven't been on TG in a couple days. I'll get on there. I'll get on there, brother. But yeah, go check out What the Fox, and it could be a buy and hold, right? So, but yeah, on chain data. What do we got? We got Ethereum really kicked up the volume over there. I mean, from a really bad day, I mean, the volume really picked up in the last 24 hours. So not bad for Ethereum. Good for Ethereum. They need some volume over there because they've been in an absolute shitter. So they need some volume. Will that volume hold? Chances are probably not. Uh, you know, probably not. And you know, we'll see. I mean, I'm just not really big on Ethereum, and I haven't been really big on Ethereum for a while. But no, this volume probably won't hold because you know, basically, the Ethereum blockchain has proven itself to be not not viable for this bull run. About to be released soon. Uh, oh, they got a metaverse getting ready to come out soon. What the Fox is doing its thing over there. So, you know, like I said, go check that project out, man. That project could be actually, you know, a solid one to hold on to at this low market cap. I own some. I got in a while ago. I just kind of been sitting in my wallet. I really haven't touched it. So just kind of been sitting there, kind of like the legend. Kind of like a legend. I got my airdrop too. Solana comes in number two, sitting at 2.17 billion. Um, volume ticked up over there on Solana as well. So it looks like on-chain volume is coming back. You got BSC volume sitting at 1.3 billion dollars right now. Not doing too bad. You know, I think BSC is going to have an amazing bull run, and they're starting to come back. But look at Arbitron, guys. Look at Arbitron, sitting at 1.12 billion dollars. We've been talking about Arbitron for at least a month now, and about how this thing has been sustaining volume on chain consistently, and has really started to work its way up the charts, and how Arbitron really is starting to make itself known in this volume over here on the blockchain. And then of course you got Base coming in at number 5 at 907 million. But you look at Arbitron. Arbitron is like, I'm sorry to Base, but Arbitron is kicking your ass. And you know, you wouldn't have thought that based on Base being done by being, you know, a Coinbase layer 2 And Arbitrum actually being a newer blockchain, you would think that Coinbase would have more juice than Arbitrum, but it doesn't, and it hasn't for a while. It hasn't for a while. Base in trouble. Base in trouble. If they can't get some volume over there on Base, it's a sustainable volume, they're in trouble. They're definitely in trouble because what they got going on right now with this volume sitting at 907 mil, they should be higher than that. That volume should be higher than that. They should be up here around where BSC is, based on the owner of that. And if Base can't get it together, and if Base can't get it together, and they can't figure out a way to get volume over there, and they can't figure out a way to sustain volume over there, Arbitrum has already passed them in 24-hour trading volume, which I believe Arbitrum will stay above them. Maybe not every day, but for the long term in 24-hour trading volume, I think Sway is going to come up here and pass them as well in the bull run. So if Base can't fix what it's got going on right now, the Base blockchain will continue to drop down in 24-hour volume, and that's surprising when it's owned by Coinbase. But that name Coinbase is only going to take you so far, right? It's only going to take you so far. It's only going to produce for you so much. Eventually, you have to have a reason for people to come over and trade on your blockchain. And right now, Base can't say that it's got a reason for people to come over and trade on their blockchain, and that's their problem. and there's no reason for people to stay. HBar's got a meme called BSL. We're gonna check that out. I'm gonna check that out. We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that on Friday once I check it out because I'm interested that HBar is launching memes. MMAI key holders have free. Okay, yeah. Oh, and that What the Fox metaverse. Okay. I got a couple of them shit NFTs, so I'll be able to play around in there. I got some tokens too. A meme verse. Okay, it's a meme verse. A different kind of metaverse. I like it. I like the meme verse, but I don't want to get on blockchain too much. Especially on Base chain because I think I fudded it enough this morning. But Base chain's in trouble. They need to kick the volume up over there, and enough with the excuses from Base. Enough with the oh my god, the volume's not on DeFi anymore. Ethereum just put up $4.4 billion in volume. Solana just put up $2.17 billion in volume. So don't tell me that there's not volume over there. The volume's just not on your chain, but there is volume. So enough with the bullshit. So it is what it is, and they need to do a better job. They're beginning, middle, and end. Base needs to do a better job. Every chain's in trouble? I don't think so with the Fox. The numbers don't support that, right? Women lie, men lie, numbers don't, right? The numbers don't support that, right? That's the argument that they would have you believe, right? But when you look at Ethereum just put $4.4 billion worth of volume through its chain in a 24-hour period. When we looked at this on Monday, Ethereum put $1.2 billion through its chain. That doesn't sound like trouble to me. Solana put Ethereum put $2.1 billion through. Solana put $1.1 billion through on Monday. They're up to 2.17 billion. That doesn't look like trouble. This Base looks like trouble because they were up to about 1 billion, 1.2 billion dollars consistently. This volume on Base looks like trouble. This volume on Arbitrum doesn't look like trouble either. It looks like it's got $1.123 billion, and that's a complete tick up from where it was at. So there's volume here. There's definitely volume on chain. It's just not here. It's just not in Base. Sway's volume is way down as well. sitting at 2.20 million. That's way down. The volume is way down. It shows up in its price, but their volume's way down. And Sway's the other one. Sway has to do something in order for this volume to kick up, or Sway could be in a little bit of trouble. I do believe that Sway has the team behind it, that they're going to launch a whole bunch of meme coins, bring this volume up, and that's why I think if Base doesn't do something, they are going to lose out to not only Arbitron, but they're going to lose out to Sway as well. You got a Pure Wallet? Fuck no, I don't got no Pure Wallet. I ain't investing in that shit. It's an increase for sure. Yeah. I mean, it's an increase. I mean, it's definitely an increase. I mean, you can't say the volume's not there. The volume's there with the Fox. It's there. It's just, why can't Base pick up any of this volume? That's the question that everybody should be. Quit making excuses for Base. Quit making excuses for Base about volume, right? Like, and this is what people do a lot, is they make excuses, right? And I'm not saying you, What the Fox. I'm just saying the Base community in general, they make excuses about the volume, right? The volume's not there. The volume's not there. Well, when you look at the numbers, the volume's increasing. Why is yours decreasing? And that's the question that the Base chain needs to answer. If everybody else's volume is ticking up, why is yours ticking down? You know what I mean? So if you were to bring this up to like $1.2 billion, where it was basically hovering at before, you could say, okay, we're sustaining the volume that we have, right? We're sustaining the volume that we have, which is good enough. But if you can't bring this back up to 1.2 trillion and at least sustain the volume you have, you can't grow. But if you look at the Base community, they'll say, oh, the volume's down on chain. Well, no, it's not. It's actually ticking back up, and yours is ticking down. And Base needs to answer this question, right? Like, Jesse needs to answer that question. And Jesse won't answer the question. Just keep building. Just keep building. That's all he tells you. Just keep building. Yeah. How about you do some advertisement? But yeah, let's get into some of the price action. I mean, I'm not a Jesse fan. I'll tell you that right now. Like, I'm not a Jesse fan. I think that the Base team is the reason why they are where they are. You know what I mean? That's why the team, the DeFi team that they have over there is why they are where they are. And it's not going to get better until them guys one, either change their mentality, or two, get a new team. That chain will continue to fall. There will be some successful projects that come off that chain, but the volume won't be there. People drop memes on Base and disappear. Yeah, people drop memes on Base and disappear because there's no volume. There's no volume there to give them a big, huge pump up. There's no volume. It's why would me as an investor, why would I stick around a Base project, for extended periods of time, a meme project for extended periods of time, knowing that there's no volume there to sustain the price? He's on maternal leave. Well, so isn't the Base chain on maternal leave. So let's go ahead. Let's look at some of this price action. Bitcoin 92.8, not bad. Couldn't hold that 80. Couldn't hold the 82,000. So it's at 82.8. We'll see if we can get back up to that 83,000 today. A lot of this is going to depend on the CPI data that comes out today. Ethereum sitting at $1,910. Definitely got walloped the other day and trying to make a comeback. XRP's actually holding in there pretty well. It got walloped pretty good. XRP got walloped pretty good, and it's starting to work its way back up to $2.50. So XRP is really, really starting to hang in there. Starting to come back, right? Starting that slow move back up the chart. Hopefully, we get some good data today, and it can continue. BSC still under 600 at 558. Yeah, that's a good buy right there. Solana's continuing to struggle at $126 right now. Slowly starting to work its way back up. But again, Solana's going to do what Solana's going to do. And I tell you guys, you invest in Solana, you got to make a choice. Either you think that there's going to be chains that are going to take some of Solana's value, then you got to start putting your money there, or you invest in Solana and say that Solana is going to take the meme coin volume this bull run. That there's really no, you can play both sides, but do you have enough money really to play both sides, right? So Cardano takes a little step back. I think Cardano is going to be a player here, not meme coin wise, but I think they're going to come out with some governance, and they're going to come out with some stuff, and Solana's going to be a run. But look at Pi. Pi's starting to make a comeback here at $1.60, $1.66. Definitely got beat down for a little while. Pi, it was sitting at like 120, but definitely it's starting to make a comeback. Is that my boy Francis in the chat? Yeah, it is. What's up, Francis? What's going on? Oh, Glenn's up in here too. What's up, Glenn? Good morning. Grand Rising, brother. Grand Rising. What's going on? Good morning. Francis is in the building. I peeked over. I thought I see my boy Francis up in the chat. What is up? But yeah, I mean, Pi's definitely starting to make a comeback here. I said during this downturn that I didn't think that Pi was done yet. And I still don't think that Pi's done. I think that Pi's going to make a nice run. You look at HBAR holding on to this 20 cent, between 19 and 20 cents. It held on there pretty well. Chainlink sitting at $13.33. Chainlink actually, got walloped for a minute, but it's starting to make its way back up. Chainlink, I'm telling you guys, don't you guys sleeping on Chainlink. I'm telling you guys, Chainlink is going to be a major player in this ISO game, and it's going to be one of these projects that's going to sneak up on people, and people are going to be like, yo, where'd that thing come? Why is that thing absolutely running so hard? And I'm telling you guys right now, we've been talking about this thing since $8 on this channel. I'm telling you right now, Chainlink going to be a monster in this space, a monster. And people are going to wonder why it's running, and that's because they don't understand. It. Stellar sitting at 25 cents, not doing too bad. Hanging on. Avalanche is making a nice comeback too. If you bought the dip on Avalanche, you could have got Avalanche at like 16.50, sitting at 18.11. This is why it's important to buy the dips, right? This is why it's important to come in, buy them dips, and just sit on your bag. If you're not a trader, just buy them dips and sit on them for a minute, because if you would have bought that Avalanche dip at $16, you would have been 16.50. You would have been sitting nice right now. Sway struggling a little bit, but we looked at the volume, so you know why it's struggling a little bit. Litecoin starting to come down a little bit. You'll see Litecoin come down even more based on the ETF news that it's been delayed. I think you'll see Litecoin come down a little bit more today, because what was propping that up was the anticipation of the ETF. OM sitting right here at 635, took a pullback, and not as big a pullback as everybody else, but OM's hanging in there pretty well. Hyperliquid's another one, sitting at $13.80 right now. I think that this is a tremendous entry point for Hyperliquid. I think Hyperliquid is one of these projects that is also going to sneak up on a lot of people, and they're going to wonder where it came from. This thing was sitting in the upper $20 range just a couple weeks ago. So I'm looking at this as a possible entry here for Hyperliquid. I think it's going to sneak up on some people. It's going to a lot of people are going to wonder why they missed it. This right here, this Hyperliquid is the DeFi DEX that operates like a centralized exchange. Also has a launch pad and everything else on it, and it's running on its own layer one. And as they continue to roll this thing out and they open it up to more countries, I'm telling you, people are going to be wondering why they missed it. But we've been talking about it here. You look at Pepe, 64, 5064. Yo, did you buy the dip? Did you buy the dip at 5055? Did you buy that dip? Because if you bought that dip, you're good. If you bought that dip, you're good. If you slept on it, 50664 is not a bad entry, but it's not as good as 5055. Somo got down to 5053. You called 5055. It actually got down to 5053. So I was definitely a buyer there. That's right. Buy the dip. That's all you can do, Glenn. Is buy the dip, man. That's all you can do. People try to strategize around this thing. Buy the dip, man. Just buy the dip. Ando sitting at 85 cents right now. Yeah, that's a good entry. Anything under $1 for Ando to me is a good entry. I'm buying here, depending on what happens today with the CPI data, what that looks like. If you get a further pullback on Ando, I'll be investing some more in Ando today. I got some money set to the side. I'm ready to go ahead and put it in the Ando on an anticipation of the CPI data having an initial shock to the system, in an initial downturn here before it corrects itself. Chronos back down to 7 cents, 779. Good entry on Crow. We're back to bear market levels on Crow. 7 cents. Them were levels that we were looking at in the bear market, right? So we'll see what Crow does there. Caspa had a nice push up the other day as well, but then gave it all back. Caspa's another one. Another blockchain came out with all the hype, couldn't produce. But we'll see if they can make a comeback. Quant, I hope you bought the dip on Quant, $73. I think the dip was 73, somewhere up in there, sitting at 76 now. Definitely Quant's gonna be another one that people are gonna be like, yo, we didn't know it could do them numbers. And they're gonna miss out. Because they didn't think it could do. Too expensive. It's too expensive. $76. Well, you can buy it in pieces. Go buy $20. Go buy $30. Work your way up. Buy the dips. Too expensive. It's only sitting at a $1.1 billion market cap right now. You don't think this thing can do $2-3 billion in market cap? You don't think it can do $2-3 billion? You don't think it can do $5 billion? You don't think that can do $5 billion? Come on, man. You got to get smart about this. You don't think that can do $5 billion? If it just does $5 billion, there's a lot of money to be made. Look at Flare, sitting at a penny and a half right now. Underneath $1 billion, 934 million. Flare Network, first bull run. This is Flare's first bull, right? Understand that, guys. This is Flare's first bull market, right? Let's pull this thing back a year. Let's see where the hell we're at here. Just at 4 cents over here this year. 0.4. 0.41. It's almost 4x from where you are right now, right? Almost, not quite, but almost, right? So if it just goes back to 4 cents, yeah, you're looking pretty good, right? You're looking pretty good at a penny and a half. And remember, there's no historical data to say how Flare is gonna perform in a bull market, right? Because it hasn't been through a bull market yet. And they're closely tied. Flare and XRP are closely tied together, guys. Make no doubt about it. They're closely tied. So Flare at $1.50 might be one of the best bargains on the market right now. Outside of Ando, might be one of the best. I was kind of hoping that it was actually lose this 0 and go to like 209, but it held up pretty strong. But Flare's probably one of the best. It's a really good buy. I believe Francis. I believe we're still in a bull market. I believe we're still in a bull market. I'll show you. I'll show you why. I'll show you why we're still in a bull market. Why I believe we're still in a bull market. You gotta just pull the chart back. Just pull the chart back. This total 3 chart. You can bring up any chart you want. This total 3 chart, right? Let's just have a look. This was March 28th, 2024. This is the bear market. This is the bear market down here. Until you can get down to these levels right here, you can't say that you're out of a bull. That you're in a bear market. You haven't even touched these levels yet, right? You haven't even retouched these levels yet, right? Let's just go look at Bitcoin. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin sitting, you're looking at right here, 2024, right? That's when we started to come out. We started to have a pullout right here, right? That's March 2024. But you look at what's this? January 2024. You're down here. You're down to 44K, right? You're down to 44K. So right here around March, you were down to 55K, right? This is a bear market. This is the end of the bear market, I should say, right here. This is the end of the bear market, right? Right? This is the end. This is the bear market that we all sat through. That we all sat through. We all had this initial push up right here to start bringing us out of the bear, right? In this, we went back into hibernation, and then boom, we're out of the bear, right there, right? We're definitely in a bull market still. We're definitely in a bull market still. So we had a pullback, right? We had a pullback, and everybody's calling the bear market off, right? Well, we had a pullback. It is what it is. You had a pullback, right? A pullback of like 20, 41, about 40, about 25%, right? So let's call it 25, 26%. That's nothing. I mean, yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it sucks. But come back over here to the last bull run, right? Look at this pullback right here. Look at this pullback in the middle of the bull, right? You're in a bull run. Bang, 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 bang. You're hitting. Boom. This right here is a 32% pullback. Boom. Right here. This is a 45% run up. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. In a bull run, it's going to happen. You have to be willing to sit through that. You got to be willing to sit through that, right? And you got to be willing to hold through that. And if you can't hold through these downturns like this, right? If you can't hold through these downturns like this, you're in the wrong business. You're in the wrong business. It's going to happen. It's going to, you're going to have 20 to 30% pullbacks in a bull run. It's inevitable. You just got to have the stomach for it. So when we come over here and we look at our total 3, it's kind of what I was looking at this morning. This thing right here controls all of your altcoins except for Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. So if you look at your total 3, you don't even got to go look at your altcoin numbers. This will tell you exactly whether your altcoins are up or whether they're down, right? Because this controls everything minus Bitcoin and Ethereum. You look at it. This is a daily chart. We try to put a green candle on there. We're holding on to this green candle. We got to come up here. We got to be up here around 800 billion, right? So we're sitting at around 775.5251 billion, right? We got to hold. We got to break out of this. We got to break out of this downward trend that we're in. So we got to start minting candles around 8.5 bill, 880, somewhere up in there. You got to start minting some green candles outside of this thing in order for us to really truly have a breakout. Until then, we're just gonna kind of be trading in this downward cycle, right? We'll see. We'll see what happens. We got to break out though. You're still in a buying zone until this thing breaks out. You're still in a buying zone. So I believe we're in a bull. You're in a full agreement. Yeah. I mean, thanks, Francis. But I mean, yeah. I mean, you gotta look at this thing realistically, right? Like people freak out because you had a pullback, but we talked about this liquidity gap right here, the total three, right? You got to fill this gap, man. There's no support, there's no resistance, there's no stairway up, right? It's a straight shot to the top. Well, when you got a straight shot to the top like this, you're gonna have a straight shot. You're gonna have a straight shot down until you build support. We tried to put in some structure here, just didn't hold. Just didn't hold. This did not hold. We tried to put in that structure at the top, just fell flat on its face. So now you got to come down here. You got to start trying to build some structure. And this is what I mean by we need a breakout. We need to build something right up in here and have us break to the upside. Or we're going to continue to fall. And we're going to come right back down here to these liquidity zones right here, where all of this money sits, right? This is where all the money started really to flow into the market. We're going to start to come back up into this area right here and start to retest that, and that's not what you want. That you don't want that. There's more pain there than there is gain. I can tell you that. You don't want that, but we could see that. And if we see that, you have to be prepared. You have to have enough dry powder on the side to be prepared to be able to buy that. You got to be able to buy that up. So yeah, I mean, we're good. I want to look at Pepe's price. I want to go back up here and look and see where Pepe's headed today. Where I think it's headed today. Yo, we're holding this bottom line right here. This is definitely buy zone though. I mean, listen, this line right here, right? This average line right here. When you're below that, you are definitely in a buy zone, and when you're above that, that means you are definitely running to the upside, right? Listen. We've been following this fib right here on Pepe for a minute. And we are playing with the bottom of the line right now. We are playing with the bottom of the line. Like literally, this thing has been in a downtrend since all the way up here, completely downtrend. I've been buying this dip all the way down, right? So, but we are at the bottom of the zone, like literally at the bottom. If it falls out of this zone, I mean, you look at the last time it was out of this zone right here. I mean, for real out of this zone with any type of support, you're looking at 5 zeros and 1 5. 5 zeros and 1 5. All the way back here. I mean, because it's going to fall. If it falls out of the zone, it's going to fall up underneath here, right? It's going to fall right up underneath there, and then boom, you're going back. That's a big boy. That's a big boy move right there. So that's a big boy move. I don't think it's going to happen. I think we're going to kind of hold up right where we are right here. You can start to see the green candle start to come in. I think this is the bottom of the bottom. This is, yo, Selmo, we're buying in the dumpster right here. We're buying in the dumpster right here, right? So this is where I like to buy my crypto. A lot of people, oh man, I can't believe this is down here. I can't believe this is down here. This sucks. No, this is where I buy in this zone right here, in this zone, and then this red zone. These two zones right here. These are my buy zones. This is where I like to buy my crypto. So I'm eating this up right now. Like I'm looking at this going, yo, this is time to shine for Pepe right here. This is where you want to be scooping it up. You don't want to be buying it up here. You don't want to be buying it up here. You can get wrecked. You want to be down here. So yo, I'm good with it. You're buying every payday? Yo, I DCA a little bit in every day, Francis. Every day I DCA into the market depending on what is where and just kind of DCA a little bit in every time I get the opportunity. I'm telling people on Monday, I put in limit orders all the time and I put them in 3 different levels, right? So let's say you were going to put in one on Pepe at 6.5, right? At 5065, I'd put that limit order in at 5065. I'd put another limited order in at maybe 5061. I'd put another one in maybe at 5058, somewhere up in there. And then I would just set it and forget it, right? And if they fill, they fill, right? And if they don't fill, then that means it's moving to the upside. So I'm making money. So it's a win-win situation. And then that way you're not stuck to the charts all day either. You know, everyone hit that and smash that like button. Big Watch dude, what's up? What's up, my dog? What's up, man? That's a guy right there. What's up, man? But yo, that's kind of like how I buy my crypto, Francis, is I put in three-step buy orders. I just because I can't be stuck in the charts all day. Life is just too big. Life is just too busy to be stuck in the charts all day to try to figure out where you're gonna buy. Just set your buy levels and let it go and let it go. Let the machine do the work for you, man. Enough of your fudding? I'm not fudding, man. Maybe I am just a little bit. But yo, this is where you want to buy Pepe at right here, man. Pepe's in the ultimate buying zone right here. I don't know, Selmo. That's the buy zone. Where's ETH at right now? Because look at ETH come out of the channel yesterday. Dropped all the way down, came out. You're gonna have to redraw this channel. Came out. Look at that. Can it get back up in there though? I don't know. I don't know. I'm worried about ETH. Worried about ETH a little bit. Worried about ETH, man. Don't know. I just don't know. Just don't know where that's going. XLM sitting at 25 cents. Not doing too bad. I mean, it looks like it wants to recover a little bit today. 25 cents though. I mean, XLM had a run up to 40 cents. Ondo, let's look at Ondo. Whew, boy. This chart to the average person would look like crap, right? This chart to the average person would look like crap. I don't think it looks like crap. I think that the Ondo chart, it looks absolutely phenomenal, to tell you the truth. These won't be that accurate, but let's go ahead and throw them up there and see what we got going on for Ondo. See, you're in this red buy zone down here. I mean, these aren't actually on the nose because I just did it real fast. But look at, you're in this buy zone right here. But you see this line, right? Anytime you're above this line, you have a potential to run, right? There's a potential there for you to run. When you fall below that line, you're falling below. We probably could have drew this down a little bit further for Ondo. But look at Ondo. Ondo's still in that buy zone, man. I mean, it's still in that possible run zone, but it's sitting in this red area right here. It's definitely a buy zone. Definitely a buy zone. When you look at it, just coming back up here into, yeah, we could have took this way further. So, but yeah, definitely in a buy zone. Like I said, we did that real quick. So, but yeah, Ondo definitely above that line right there. Definitely could break out anytime. So, like where Ondo is, 86 cents. It's probably gonna fall a little bit more. Probably gonna fall just a little bit more. But we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good at Ondo. But this is the one you gotta watch. This total 3 right here. Are we gonna put this green candle on a chart today? Are we gonna finally put the green candle on a total 300 chart? Because it's important. It's important for all your altcoins. Jasmine actually getting walloped, man. Just absolute straight down. Look at the straight downtrend of Jasmine. I still own all my Jasmine, but look at the straight downtrend of Jasmine, man. Whew. It just cannot get moving. Jasmine just cannot get get moving right now. I think when it does, it's gonna fly up out of here. But, whew, boy, it's looking sticky right now. Buy more Marbits. Look at Marbits. Those are 2021 ETH prices. Yeah, they're 2021 ETH prices. I mean, ETH is definitely, Ethereum has definitely taken a huge step backwards. Huge step. Like it's not even keeping up with the market, right? When you look at where Ethereum is right now, sitting at 1,900, I know everybody's going to say, oh, but the market came down, right? Look at it over here, right? Even if you go to the top of this wick, right? You're only sitting, 4,000 right here, right? So 4,000 all the way up here. And this is December 24th up in here, 25th, right? So going all the way back to December. Look at Bitcoin. Look at where Bitcoin was at in December. Bitcoin was 108,000. That's not even close to a good ratio. It's not even close. It's not even close. Ethereum, listen, I just put it out there for you guys right now. Ethereum has literally failed. This whole run up, it's failed. Price action has failed. It's and do you really think? Do you really think looking at ETH right now, like just let's just be real for a minute. Do you really think that looking at Ethereum right now, that it's gonna make a move from, let's call it, 2,000 to 6,000? Do you think that it's gonna make that move? Because everybody was calling for a $6,000 ETH, right? In this bull market, do you think that it's gonna make this move from 2,000 to 6,000 in this bull run? ADA's a silent sleeper. That's what I've been saying forever. So I'm telling you, we've been talking about ADA for a while. I keep telling people it's a silent sleeper. But, do you think that Ethereum is going to make it up to 6K? Do you think that it can make this move from where it is right now at 1,900 up to 6K? I'm telling you that there's not a chance in hell that happens. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm delusional. There's not, in my opinion, there's not a chance in hell that happens. There's not a shot. I mean, you're dropping down to, like Samo says, you're dropping down to levels that were bear market levels already. There's not a chance in hell. Maddie B, good morning. Good morning. I don't think there's a chance that happens. I don't think there's a chance that Ethereum touches 6K. Not a chance. I think Solana has a better, listen to this. I think Solana has a better chance of reaching $1,000, which I don't think Solana is going to reach $1,000. 400 to 500 tops. I think that Solana has a better chance of reaching $1,000 than Ethereum does of reaching 6K. And that's a 10x. That's almost 10x from here. 9x, 8x, call it what you want. Close enough, right? So I'm just saying. That's how I feel about Ethereum, right? That's literally, how I feel. Call it what you want. Call it FUD. Somebody will call it FUD. I'll call it reality. Maddie B's in the house. What's up, Maddie? Marbits. Glenn, where's Marbits? What the hell is Marbits doing over here, man? We got a green candle going on this hour. Marbits starting to move. Where what's going on? 437.16K. Come on, man. Can we get to a $500,000 or what, man? Come on, Glenn. What's going on over there, Glenn? Can we get to a $500,000? Can we get there? Can we move to a $500,000? This thing should have been above $1 million already. Can we get to a $500,000? Scottish, what's up? Good morning, my brother. Come on, Glenn. Let's go. Get that thing moving. SPX 6900. You guys know how I feel about SPX 6900. I think that this meme coin right here is going to be a monster in this bull run. Definitely on a dip, 31 cents right now. Definitely on a dip. Great buying opportunity, yo. Great buying opportunity. When you look at where it was at, top of these wicks right here, you're looking $1.70. $1.70. If it can just get back up to $1.70, you're making a whole hell of a lot of money, man. You're making a whole hell of a lot of money. But I think XPX 6900 is going to get some legs. All right, Glenn. Let's go. We got to get to a $500,000 before we can get to a mil. We got to get to a mil. Interest rates cuts today. No, we gotta get through the CPI first. CPI data. We gotta find out where the inflation data is. I think it might come in a little hot. Before we get to the FOMC. I think the interest rate. I think we're gonna hold pat on the interest rates. I don't think there's gonna be a cut in any of these meetings for the foreseeable future. We can get there. I think you guys can get there. I think we can get there too, Glenn. I think just gotta get some hard work. Gotta get some price action moving over there. I'm buying more XPX 6900. I've been buying. I bought some yesterday. A little bit higher than where it is right now, but I bought some yesterday. I'm not even worried about it. Too easy. Yeah. Well, we gotta get to a mil. Before you can get to 2 mil, you gotta get to a mil. You gotta get to a $500,000 first, and then you gotta get to a mil, and then you gotta get to 2 mil. But yeah, SPX 6900, I think it's gonna be a monster here. I think it's gonna be a monster play. It's cross chain too, so you can buy it on multiple chains, which I like, because you can manipulate your gas fees that way. You don't have to buy it on the Ethereum network, where in the middle of the bull run they'll kill you on gas fees. You can buy it somewhere else, still have the same price action. So I'm fudding. I'm gonna FUD Ethereum today. I don't care, man. Them guys, they did a shitty job this whole bear market. So I'll FUD them, man. I'll FUD them. It is what it is. They've done a shitty job this whole bear market. So FET too. Watch out for these AI plays. But look at the market, nice and green, man. Don't that look good, man? Don't that look good? Look at even on the hour. Look at that green, man. Don't that just look so good? So we'll go ahead and wrap the stream up right here because it just looks good, man. The whole market, look at that. You wake up, you look at it on a daily. It's nice, it's green, it's not a mixed bag of tricks. It looks like everybody is starting to dig their way out of what the pullback that we had. It's nice, it's green, it just looks good. It's appealing to the eye in the morning. Casper had a nice run. I want to check on where the price was. 6 cents right now. But nasty pullback, but it's starting to dig itself out. But nice appealing to the eye. Looks good. Looks great this morning. Then you move over here to the hour. You're like, man, are we dumping on the hour? No, man, it looks really good again. Looks like it's green. It looks like we're gonna have a nice push to the upside. The market, that's appealing to the eye. That just looks good, right? That just looks good. So that's how we'll leave it in the morning. Is that just looks good. But pay attention to CPI data, guys, coming out this morning. We'll see where CPI data goes. We'll get Bitcoin's back above 83K. Let's go, baby. Let's go. But pay attention to CPI data this morning. We'll see where the inflation rates are. Big. That's going to be a big number. That's going to drive the stock market. That's going to drive how the stock market initially reacts to that data. Same thing happens every single time. If it comes in a little bit hot, the stock market will pull back a little bit, and then boom, it'll instantly rebound once everybody starts to digest the news later on in the day. But if it comes in real hot, guys, rest assured, it's going to go down a little bit. But I hope it just comes in right where it's supposed to or close to where it's supposed to. Doesn't affect the markets at all, and we're able to continue this green streak up. And it looks good, man. Everything looks good, but pay attention to the ETFs as well. You guys know we have ETF news going on all over the place, and basically the SEC has stalled a lot of the ETF approvals, and I think it's a smart move. I don't think that the market's ready for the amount of ETFs that want to hit the market. I don't think they're ready. I don't think the stock market's ready for it yet, as evident by the Ethereum ETF. It's not a hot product right now, so I think it's a good idea to stall some of them. So glad to see that the SEC did that, and we can revisit that at a better time. So with that, you guys have a great day, and we'll be back at you guys on Friday. Market looks great right now. Enjoy it, and make sure you're DCAing into good projects. Find your entry points, get in, get that money in the market, and make some money, guys. We'll see you guys on Friday. We about. Bye.